The journalists, welcome, and we start our new briefing. Ukrposhta economic boost. State company increases profitability by half in 6 months. And our interlocutor is Mr. Igor Tkachuk, acting CEO of Ukrposhta. Good afternoon. Happy to see you at my regular press briefing. This going to be a report of the post office workers who work in order to improve post services in the country. This is my second reformed report about the first 6 months of this year, and I would like to provide you with the overview of our 6 months work, and this will be a sort of administrative assessment, while the customers are the best monitors of our work, and our wish is to work as better as possible for the customers. I believe that these reports will become regular upon ending of each quarter of the year. So the first indicators which I would like to mention, this is income of our enterprise. This was 2,788,000 hryvnia, and this is 10%. Which amounts to 206 million hryvnia more than the target set for us by the Minister of Finance, and this is 239 million more than for the same period in the last year. This proves that we are experiencing economic boost, and this allows us to think more carefully about the improvement of working conditions for our employees, for post operators, and to increase the quality of our services for broad public. The figures which I'm going to mention, this is a result of teamwork. This is the right approach taken by the Ministry of Infrastructure, and I would like to mention that our cooperation with the Ministry of Infrastructure, with the Minister, Mr. Pivovarsky, personally, is very close and very fruitful, and I believe that our indicators after the third quarter will be even better. The revenues amount to 16 million, which is 40% larger than the target for this quarter, and much higher than for the same period of the last year. This is 4.6 million which we have earned, and this is with the fact that the previous year was ended with the loss of more than 4 million. We do not have errors in salary payments. We do not have tax errors. Our employees receive their salaries on time, and this is a good achievement for us. And our employees have got decent salaries for the work they carry out, and I would like to mention this because at the end of the first quarter of this year, Kharkiv Directorate was the best, and all the employees of Kharkiv Directorate, which amounts to 5,000 employees. All those 5,000 employees have got a bonus at the level of 250 hryvnia. This quarter, Lviv Directorate, Donetsk Oblast, showed the best results, and we also managed to pay them some bonuses. And even when we do not have this possibility to pay some bonus, we invent some other ways of motivation. And by the way, taxes which we pay amount to 600 million, and this is 21 million more than in the last year for the same period. And when I hear that some people state that we pay not enough taxes to the state, I would like to point out that we have paid 600 million hryvnia, which is 21.4 million higher than the previous year. Also, the wages are raised by 8.1%. Of course, that's not enough, and we continue to work on improvement. Also, we have introduced the courier services, and this is a new business for us, and we have received 16,000 of parcels from and packages from China, and our contract with China Post Service will allow us to increase the income of our enterprise twofold and even threefold. I have mentioned the speed up post delivery and express post delivery. We continue our cooperation with China. We have signed up contract on consignment with Estonia. We also cooperate with Swedbank, and we have been earning good income from cooperation with this bank. Our courier delivery allowed us to earn 4.7 million of net income, of profit, of net profit this year, and this shows that courier services are on demand. Unfortunately, of course, we are not monopolists in this market, and we have a lot of competitors, but nevertheless, these figures prove that we have a good space for improvement, and we can raise these figures twofold. And the growth of correspondence amounted to 1.5 times. The packages has grown 2.6 times. The payments, they have grown 17% for first 6 months, and also the exchange rate fluctuation have shown 67% growth. This proves that Ukrposhta team is able to double all those figures within each new half a year. And we are not ashamed today to state that we are good service provider and we are reliable service provider, and we are proud to state this. Also, Ukrposhta is carrying out very important social functions which are important for the state on the one hand. On the other hand, we have to spend money on these services and to ensure delivery of the services. These are our post couriers. These are our employees working in the regions, in the small villages where there are no other jobs, and we continue to do everything possible to equip all the post offices with computer workstations. Unfortunately, during all years of independence, we did not manage to equip all our post offices with computer workstations, and now we have set this as our target, to equip all the desks with computers. Also, we have changed the open hours of post offices in small towns and villages in order to make our service delivery more flexible. Within a short period of time of 6 months, we have launched 3 programs: anti-corruption program, energy saving program, and we have just approved the safety program in the post offices. Of course, all those programs are very important. Of course, corruption is a topical issue, and we continue to work on this program. The second program on energy saving is aimed at reducing of consumed amounts of fuels, oils. Also, we have started procurement of special boilers and heating equipment for our post offices in order to reduce energy consumption, and we have seen the first results. And the third program on security, we have faced this problem when in Kharkiv 3 our employees were killed, and for us it was very difficult to believe that our security level does not comply with modern requirements. But nevertheless, due to the cooperation with the Security Service of Ukraine, with the Ministry of the Interior of Ukraine, we managed to find out some solutions and develop the program which will allow us to ensure security of our employees, to ensure security of our post offices against penetration of the offenders.
We are the first ones who, within the Ministry of Infrastructure, started operating transparently. That is the system of public procurements in our company, which is placed on electronic platforms that's all registered transparently in the system, and this allows to participate. This allows more competitors to participate, to provide more services at a lower cost, and we have already saved about 2 million hryvnias because the prices for the last year went up. And we are one of the first entities, ministries, units in the ministry that developed the procedure of monitoring, of opening the envelopes during tenders, so that anyone can see that in the internet, online, and see what was happening, how was it happening, what tender was held, who participated, who applied. And the number of complaints is now reduced, and the number of non-grounded complaints has reduced. Another issue is corporatization of our company. And I would like to emphasize so that everyone understands corporatization is not privatization. These are different words and different things. The task of corporatization is to make the work of the company more efficient, to make it more transparent for work and control by the public council. Why? Because some trends in the market do not allow the companies to change quickly and to get adapted to competitive rules of the market. So corporatization is the possibility to quickly make decisions in conditions of the market. Also, it will allow us to have all our assets, land, to get that all, to do inventory of that, all the assets and all the land. And I would like to emphasize again, if the corporatization is held in accordance to the law, the community and the public, the people should follow, so that something is not missed during the process of corporatization. Why I'm saying that? Unfortunately, there were examples of other companies which were corporatized a long time ago. We need to see, we need to understand, and we need to know that the public follows our work. And not a single piece of land, not a single facility, building, which has a zero balance value, but it is valuable for the market, so that it is not missed when we are conducting corporatization. Another thing that our people should understand is that there will be no reductions during the corporatization. There will be no people dismissed. We need to ensure the work of postmen, of our operators, so that we can pay them better salaries, and we need to do everything so that their social package is really good, is sufficient for their work and for their life. And every person should understand that their everyday problems, their successes at home, in the family, the success of their children depend on their salaries, on their not minimum salary, not the subsistence level, but this should be adequate salary, and that is the objective for our company. Then people will be providing high quality services also where we are working, or what we are working on, and that is on providing administrative services by Ukrposhta. Administrative services, administrative reform in the country, that is being discussed by our politicians a lot. This will simplify the procedure of getting any certificates by our citizens. And our task is to do it so that Ukrposhta could provide these services at a high quality and timely. We have, we are covering all the premises. We have the biggest number of people who can provide these services. I would like to mention more things, and that is our assistance to our servicemen who are fighting in ATO area, to our assistance to IDPs. There's information that we need. I believe we need to move to questions and answers session. So that is where I would like to finish my introductory speech, but I'm ready to talk to journalists any day, not just today, to provide any information, because the work of the state company should be clear, honest, transparent, and more and more citizens of Ukraine should be satisfied by the work of our company. Now, let's move to Q&A session. RBK Ukraine, could you please say the figures that you quoted? Could you tell us what is the exact period of time you mentioned, and also corporatization? When will you complete it? Thank you for your question. The figures I was quoting, these are the figures for the 6 months of work from the 1st of January this year, for first half a year. These are the figures we submitted to tax and fiscal bodies, and that is where we have signed. These figures are in the reports that we have all signed. So the corporatization can last for 5-10 months. It can last up to 1 year. It depends not just on us. We need to have auditing. We need to have monitoring done. Also, there should be financial reports approved. There is a certain action plan which is to be approved, and I believe that today or tomorrow it will be signed by our ministry, because the whole ministry, including the minister, they are interested in corporatization being held at a high quality and transparently. And we want as many companies as possible to participate in independent audit of Ukrposhta and all its assets.
Новий день newspaper. How to assess the position of Ukrposhta in a competitive environment? Speaking about the universal post services, we are leaders of the universal post services. Speaking about the services delivered in rural areas, we again are leaders about the delivery of cargoes and packages. We are lose to our competitors, but we do not lose to one competitor. There are a lot of competitors who offer different services on packages delivery and cargo delivery, but gradually we attract more attention and more demand in this market, and our services are less expensive than our competitors. The only problem is the reliability of deliveries, that is the quality of service, and this is our major field of improvement. Gazeta, the newspaper. On August 8th, there was a schedule to finalize the signing and for periodicals and many there was a decision of Minister Pevovarsky about raise in tariffs for periodicals delivery, and many periodicals point out that the raise in tariffs can make harm to the periodicals. How would you comment? So I believe that our employees should get decent salaries, and also they should deliver quality services. Both factors require to raise tariffs, and by the end of the last year, we observed the rise in prices for the majority of newspapers and other periodicals published in this country. And for example, then newspaper has raised its price several times, while post office has to raise the tariffs for newspaper delivery, and the delivery rate is not raised considerably. Actually, if the newspaper costs 5 hryvnia and we raise the tariff by 20-25 kopecks, the price for customer will be 5.25. And if you state that if the delivery is too expensive, then you will close the newspaper. I can say the same, that the majority of our postmen work diligently, and we should pay them salary, decent salary, at least in comparison with other state enterprises. And when we raise tariffs up to 25, 50, 60 kopecks for delivery of each newspaper, that's not much, and we raise the tariffs in order to pay to our employees, and not more.
You mentioned that during the first half year you increased the profit, and the dynamic is positive. What are the plans till the end of 2015, and what could be the figures? The trend is like that. The state company Ukrposhta, I reported here about the first quarter. Today I'm reporting about the second quarter. We increased the profitability of our company twice, and I believe 100% that we will be able to again double the profitability of our company. We will do everything possible so that the income of our company is getting much higher than in the plan, than it was in the last year, and also compared to the second quarter of this year. One more question. The newspaper Zachist Prav, now there's fighting corruption going on in Ukraine. How are you doing it in Ukrposhta? And in mass media there's information that there is an illegal market of the stamps. How are you fighting with that? Yes, this is quite a significant loss for the company. When we see some fake stamps in the network, the Security Service of Ukraine is working on that. I will not talk about that now, but in the result we will organize the press conference. The first question, corruption. Corruption, unfortunately, just like in our country, we have not overcome it. but we are doing everything not to have corruption in the general directorate. We are replacing people. We're doing everything so that in regional directorates there are honest and decent people working, integral people working, so that they get good salaries, and so that we have very little corruption in our company. We work together with the Security Service of Ukraine, with the Ministry of Interior of Ukraine, with the General Prosecutor's Office. We request them to help us. Sometimes they request us to help them. In half a year, there were 6 inspections of the regional inspectorates, directorates done. In some cases, we submit the materials to the General Prosecutor's Office so that they cannot close that at the level of the region. But that is something that we altogether have to fight against, and I address all the citizens of Ukraine, all Ukrainians, all the people who work at Ukrposhta. If you know, if you see, if you've heard that there are some episodes of corruption, if someone promises something or is trying to give something for a bribe, first of all, there is the phone number of the General Prosecutor's Office, of Regional Prosecutor's Office, of Security Service of Ukraine, and there's my phone number. Why I'm telling that in such an order, so that you have no doubts that we will be covering someone. We'll be doing everything to not to have corruption in our company, and thanks to that we have the results that I've mentioned. It would be impossible to save money on fuel, but we saved about 60 million hryvnias just on fuel. Compared to the previous year, the prices went up, and the amount of fuel that we use was reduced. We are also optimizing all the logistics, all the logistical routes, and we are controlling the procurements, and that is fighting corruption. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Once there are no more questions, then thank you for your report and wish you success, and we will be looking forward to hear another report of